Two golden beams pierced heaven. The gods trembled. Born from stone, destined for chaos. This is the rise of Sun Wukong. How did a playful monkey become a king, a disciple, and eventually a threat to the heavens? The answer starts here. One peaceful morning in the heavenly court, as the Jade Emperor held council with his celestial officials, the Dragon King of the Eastern Sea arrived with a troubled expression. Bowing deeply, Ao Guang addressed the throne. Your Celestial Majesty, there lives a monkey named Sun Wukong in the water-curtain cave of Flower Fruit Mountain, who has caused great distress. He invaded my watery domain, demanded magical weapons, and frightened my brothers terribly. The southern dragon trembles like leaves, the western dragon sighs with sorrow, and the northern dragon hides his claws. I humbly beg your majesty to send heavenly soldiers to restrain this unruly monkey. The Jade Emperor nodded thoughtfully. Return to your waters, good Dragon King. We shall send enforcers of heavenly justice in due time. After the Dragon King withdrew, the Jade Emperor pondered. When was this monkey born, and how did he gain such remarkable powers? The 1,000-mile eye and wind-following ear stepped forward. 300 years ago, they explained. He was but a stone monkey birthed by heaven itself. We thought little of it then, but somewhere in these years he cultivated immortality and mastered extraordinary arts. The Jade Emperor then asked, which heavenly general shall subdue him? The wise gold star of Venus offered a thoughtful suggestion. This monkey is a child of heaven and earth, nurtured by sun and moon. Now that he's attained immortality, why send soldiers when we might invite him here instead? Issue a decree offering him a celestial post. If he accepts, we gain an immortal servant. If he rebels, we may capture him more easily later. This way avoids unnecessary conflict while upholding heavenly harmony. Pleased with this wisdom, the Jade Emperor prepared a decree and sent Gold Star Venus to deliver this celestial invitation. Gold Star Venus, bearing the heavenly decree, floated down from the clouds until he reached the water curtain cave. Addressing the little monkeys at the entrance, he announced softly, I am a messenger from the Jade Emperor, carrying an invitation for your king. Please inform him. The monkeys scurried inside, whispering excitedly. Great king, an elder waits outside with a scroll from heaven. The Jade Emperor himself invites you to visit the celestial realms. Wukong's eyes sparkled with delight. How wonderful. Just these past days I've been dreaming of visiting heaven, and now the invitation arrives. He commanded, bring our honored guest inside at once. When the golden-robed envoy entered, Wukong offered a feast, but the modest Venus declined. The Emperor's decree cannot wait. Might we depart now? After making brief arrangements, the Monkey King and the celestial envoy rose together on a cloud, beginning their magical journey skyward. With his extraordinary somersault cloud, the great sage sun soon outpaced Gold Star Venus, arriving first at the southern heavenly gate. As he moved to enter, celestial guards crossed their spears politely but firmly. When Venus finally caught up, Wukong grumbled. Honored elder, did you deceive me? If the Jade Emperor truly invited me, why do these guards bar my way? The Golden Star smiled patiently. Dear King, please understand. These guards have never met you, and you've yet to receive official rank. After your audience with the Emperor, you may come and go as you please. Very well then, Wukong agreed. Together they passed through the magnificent gate, entering a realm of wonder. Golden light cascaded like silk ribbons, while auspicious mists swirled in violet hues. Before them stretched 33 heavenly palaces and 72 jeweled halls, each more marvelous than anything in the mortal world. Gold Star Venus led the handsome Monkey King before the Jade Emperor's throne. While Venus knelt respectfully, Wukong stood upright beside him, listening as the star announced, "Your Majesty, I have brought the immortal from Flower Fruit Mountain as commanded." "And which one is this immortal?" inquired the Emperor. Wukong answered simply, "That would be me." The celestial ministers gasped softly at this informal reply, murmuring among themselves about proper etiquette. But the wise Jade Emperor raised a calming hand. "This mountain immortal is new to our heavenly court. Let us forgive his unfamiliarity with our ways." Turning to his advisors, he asked what position might suit him. The star of military fortune stepped forward. "All major posts are filled, Your Majesty, save for the overseer of the heavenly stables. Then we shall name Sun Wukong as keeper of the heavenly horses," declared the Emperor, instructing the Wood Planet official to escort their new appointee to his duties. Unaware of the humble rank of his new title, Sun Wukong cheerfully took up his post as keeper of the heavenly horses. To his delight, he found 1,000 magnificent steeds under his care, each one swift as the wind, strong as the clouds, their coats gleaming with celestial health. With great enthusiasm, Wukong devoted himself to his duties. He tended the horses day and night, and before long, they grew plump and glossy, their spirits brighter than ever. Days turned into weeks, and before he knew it, half a month had passed in blissful contentment. One peaceful afternoon, the stable officials hosted a banquet in Wukong's honor. As they dined merrily, the Monkey King asked curiously, "Tell me, friends, what rank does this keeper of horses hold in heaven's court?" "Oh, it carries no official rank," they replied honestly. Wukong's eyes brightened. "No rank at all? Then it must be the highest position." The officials exchanged glances. "Quite the opposite, I'm afraid. It's rather humble." "Humble?" Wukong's smile faded. "The lowest post, truthfully," they admitted. "You care for the horses, nothing more." A quiet storm gathered in Wukong's heart. "So the Jade Emperor thinks so little of me," he murmured. "In my mountain home, I was sovereign of all, yet here I'm made a stable hand." With sudden resolve, he rose. This keeper shall keep his dignity instead. Retrieving his needle, sized staff from behind his ear, he let it grow just enough to gleam in his palm, then strode calmly past the astonished officials, leaving heaven's gates behind without a backward glance. With a single somersault through the clouds, the great sage returned to Flower Fruit Mountain. "Little ones," he called warmly, "your king has come home." The monkeys rushed to bow in welcome, leading him back to his throne amidst joyful cheers. "Congratulations, great king. You spent over a decade in heaven. You must return triumphant." Wukong blinked in surprise. "A decade? I was only gone half a month." "Ah, but don't you know?" the monkeys explained. "A single day in heaven is a year on earth. Now tell us, what grand title did you receive?" The handsome Monkey King waved his paws dismissively. Don't ask, it's too embarrassing. The Jade Emperor knows nothing of talent. He took one look at me and made me a horse groomer. At first, I didn't understand, but today I learned it's the lowest position in all of heaven. His whiskers twitched indignantly. So I left their silly banquet and came straight home. The monkeys erupted in sympathetic chatter. Good riddance. Why tend horses when you're king of our paradise? Quick, bring sweet wines and fruits. Let's cheer our wise ruler. As the feast continued, 2 horned demon kings arrived to pay their respects. Bowing deeply, they said, "Great king, we have long heard of your greatness, but never had the chance to meet. Now that you have returned in glory, we offer this golden robe as a gift. If you find us worthy, let us serve you with all our hearts." Pleased, Wukong donned the robe at once and named them his vanguard commanders. Grateful, they asked, "What title did the Jade Emperor grant you during your time in heaven?" Wukong sighed. "He knows nothing of talent. He made me a mere horse keeper." The demon kings gasped. "A being of your power, tending horses? You deserve to be called the great sage, equal of heaven." Wukong's eyes sparkled with delight. Yes, yes, what a splendid title. Turning to his followers, he declared, "Make me a banner at once, embroidered with great sage, equal of heaven. From this day forward, that shall be my name." The next morning in the celestial court, the Jade Emperor learned of Wukong's departure. "The new horsekeeper has left his post," reported an advisor. He deemed the position beneath him. With a thoughtful nod, the emperor decreed, "Let heavenly warriors restore order." Soon, the tower, bearing heavenly King Li Jing and his valiant son Nezha, volunteered. Appointed as commanders, they gathered their forces and descended to Flower Fruit Mountain. At the waterfall's edge, the mighty giant spirit god announced, "Sun Wukong, come forth." The newly proclaimed great sage emerged in splendor, golden crown gleaming, armored robes shimmering, his cloud-stepping boots barely touching the ground. The staff in his hand pulsed with power as his subjects formed orderly ranks behind him. Giant spirit god marveled at the sight. Here stood no mere stable hand, but a radiant being with eyes like twin stars, ears brushing his shoulders, and a voice that resonated like a distant bell. This was no longer the horsekeeper who had left heaven. This was a sage who dared consider himself heaven's equal. The giant spirit god declared, "I am the vanguard of heavenly King Li Jing, sent by the Jade Emperor himself. Surrender now, and no harm will come to you." The great sage's eyes flashed, but he kept his voice measured. "I could strike you down where you stand, but then who would carry my message back? Go tell your Jade Emperor this. If he values wisdom, let him read the words upon my banner and grant me the title I deserve. Then there shall be peace between us. But if he refuses, well, perhaps heaven needs a new ruler." The giant spirit god turned and saw the grand banner fluttering proudly. "Great sage, equal of heaven." The giant spirit god shook his head with a quiet chuckle. Foolish monkey, reaching for heaven's own height. He swung his axe, only for Wukong's staff to snap its handle like a twig. With wide eyes, the retreating warrior vanished into the clouds. Then, like a whisper of wind, Nezha, the third prince, materialized before the waterfall. "Rebellious one," he murmured, lotus blossoms swirling at his feet. "I am Nezha, sent by the Jade Emperor. Must we dance this battle, or will you come peacefully?" Wukong smiled playfully. "Little prince, your milk teeth still linger, and your baby hairs are yet soft. Why speak so boldly? I'll spare you, but look well upon my banner and tell your Jade Emperor, grant me this title, and I'll trouble heaven no more. Deny me, and the stars themselves shall tremble. Nezha glanced up at the fluttering words, "Great sage, equal of heaven, you dare?" Nezha breathed. In a whirl of lotus petals, he shifted. Suddenly, 3 heads gazed sternly, 6 arms wielding celestial weapons. Wukong laughed. "A fine trick. Let me match it." With a ripple of light, he too became threefold, his staff now tripled to meet each strike. The 2 titans danced across the sky, Nezha's countless weapons glittering like falling stars, Wukong's staff multiplying until the very air shimmered with golden echoes. Then, quick as a moonbeam, Wukong plucked a hair and breathed, "Double." As his copy distracted the prince, the true sage slipped behind, the staff tapping Nezha's shoulder just firmly enough to send the young god retreating on swirling lotus clouds, more surprised than hurt. As Heavenly King Wu Cheng'en moved to aid his son, Nezha returned on his lotus clouds, rubbing his shoulder. "Father, this horsekeeper possesses true power. Even my might couldn't prevail." The king's face paled like moonlight. "Such strength, how can we overcome it?" Nezha gestured toward the waterfall, where the defiant banner still fluttered. "He asks only this, the title, Great Sage, Equal of Heaven. Grant it, and peace returns. Deny it, and..." His voice trailed off meaningfully. After a thoughtful pause, Li Jing nodded. "Then let heaven's wisdom decide." With a wave, he gathered his celestial forces, their retreat as quiet as drifting dandelion seeds. The victorious great sage returned to his cave, where his 6 brothers eagerly celebrated his triumph. With a playful grin, Wukong declared, "If I am the great sage, equal of heaven, why shouldn't you all bear grand titles too?" The bull demon king's laughter rumbled like distant thunder. "Well said, brother. Then I shall be the great sage who levels heaven." One by one, the others joined in. The Dragon King, great sage who overturns the seas. The Rock King, great sage who stirs the sky. The Lion King, great sage who moves mountains. The Macaque King, great sage who knows the winds. The Golden Furred King, great sage who commands spirits. And so the 7 great sages feasted beneath the stars, each reveling in their new names before parting ways with hearts full of joy. Heavenly King Li Jing and Prince Nezha knelt before the Jade Emperor's pearly throne. "This monkey's power exceeds our reckoning," they confessed, bowing their heads like willow branches in a breeze, the Emperor's brow furrowed like rippling silk. "How can one creature require more armies?" Nezha touched his healed arm gently. His golden staff humbles warriors, and his banner proclaims, "Great Sage, Equal of Heaven." He seeks this title, or threatens celestial war. As the court murmured like rustling bamboo, golden-robed Venus stepped forward. "Might we weave wisdom into mercy? Grant the empty title no real power, just words to soothe his pride. Better silken diplomacy than clashing steel." The Jade Emperor's laughter tinkled like wind chimes. "Go then, old friend, let heaven's patience be its strength." Gold Star Venus floated into the water-curtained cave, his smile crinkling like parchment. "Great sage, your victory stirred heaven's court. The Jade Emperor himself now offers the very title you desired." Wukong's golden eyes gleamed. Does this great sage, equal of heaven, truly exist in heaven's records? "It does now," Venus chuckled. "By my own recommendation." Delighted, Wukong accompanied him past the heavenly gates, where guards bowed like reeds in the wind. Before the pearly throne, the Jade Emperor's voice echoed softly. Sun Wukong, we name you Great Sage, Equal of Heaven, a title without rank, but with our trust. Let peace reign henceforth. And so, beside the peach orchard, a splendid manor bloom at its sign bearing Wukong's new name in celestial script.